I like to think of it as like, we don't have to change our beliefs to draw to us the things that we've been desiring in our life. What we have to do is we have to let go of the beliefs that are keeping them away. Everything that you desire is trying its best to get to you. And it's our beliefs that are keeping those things away, that are keeping those doors shut. You guys, I'm making a video.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun.
I don't know about you, but when I was young, nobody ever told me this information about the law of attraction. I mean, it would have been kind of cool if somebody would have said when I was really young, hey, Case, do you know these thoughts you have in your mind and these feelings you have in your heart? Every thought you have and every emotion you feel is radiating out into this field of consciousness. You, my friend, are a vibrational being, and we're living in a vibrational world. And I know it looks physical, but you literally are going to create and attract the future experiences that you will experience that match your inner dialogue. If somebody would have said that to me, man, I probably would have been a little bit more conscious of what I was thinking. I would have been less judgmental about myself and about others. I wouldn't have said demeaning things about myself. I wouldn't have degraded myself. I wouldn't have said so many hateful things in my mind. Because there's two versions of me in the past. It took a long time to become the person I am today. There used to be two of me. The version that I wanted you to see, and then the version inside. And the version inside was different. I was always beating myself up. I was always like swimming in these insecurities. There were two versions of me. It took a long time to become one version. And I think that's what's happening. I think that's why people that know they're creating their life feel unfulfilled. Something's wrong. And that's because there's this separation. See, there's a 3D version of you, and then there's a multidimensional version of you. And every time that you think about something positive, every time you think about something you want, your multidimensional aspect is like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Come on. And then the 3D version of us is like, oh, I can't do that. How am I going to do that? I don't know how I would do that. I'm not good looking enough to do that. My body's not right for that. Your multidimensional self is going, hey, come on, what are you doing? The more you want and desire things, the more your multidimensional aspect of you expands. And the farther the distance between your inner, I can't do this, and I want that, the worse you're going to feel. Nobody ever taught us how to monitor our thoughts. We don't even, we're on autopilot. So, when we first discover how powerful our thoughts and emotions are, we think happy thoughts. We think about things we want. But we're not conscious of the other 90% of the thoughts that we have that are in contradiction to these new goals, these things we want. And you're creating your life with 100% of your thoughts, not the happy thoughts. So we have this software I'm not good enough. I can't do that. I'm not good looking enough. My voice isn't right. My legs are too skinny. My teeth are too crooked. We have this dialogue going on, but we feel trapped. We're like, well, that's the reality. That's the reality. The reality is, I can't do that because look at my past. Your past has not created who you are right now. You are creating who you are right now by thinking about all that baggage from your past. It's not the past that's created this moment. You are creating this moment now. You're always brand new. The reason you don't feel brand new in every moment is because we're dragging our baggage with us. We're dragging our story. Oh, this happened, and I had this kind of parents, and I had this kind of relationship, and I had this shitty boss. It's not bad enough that we think about these things over and over, but then we tell other people about our past, about our baggage, about our story, and then they become invested. And then you have conversations about your baggage, and then you wonder what they think about your baggage. And this continues, and it builds momentum, and we have so much momentum backing up our story. So then when we change our thoughts and we wonder, so we're headed this way, but where we want to go is that way. And we're like, I'm thinking that, and you just keep going this way. But what you want's over there, and you're like, what? It's not coming. I'm still living this same crappy life. Like, what am I doing wrong? You have momentum going. So if you have 90% of your thoughts that are going through your head subconsciously, your autopilot, are going this way, and the 10% of your conscious thoughts are going this way, the farther the distance, the worse you're going to feel. And you're an aircraft carrier. You know those massive ships that carry jets? That's what you are. And you have momentum going this way. So when you start to change your thoughts to this way, dude, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to make this turn. You're not a speedboat yet. Later, when you become conscious and you've weeded out all these limiting beliefs, all this baggage, your story, dude, we all have a story. We all have a story. Rewrite that story. You don't need that story. If that story feels bad, don't tell your story anymore. Don't tell your story to anybody. Deal with what you have in the present and create a new story. And if you don't like what is, accept what is. That's what is, but then fuck what is and concentrate on, put your focus on what you want. And eventually, this tanker that you are, this airplane carrier, is going to make the turn, and you will start to see the changes in your life. And the more you see them, the clearer it gets, the faster you get. And the goal is for you to become the speedboat. And you can make these shifts. You have to rewrite your story, because if you keep thinking about your story, if you keep thinking about your past and bringing that frequency into your current moment, to the present you will never break free from your past. You will never break free. And some people, they look back on their past and they're like, yeah, but I need to work this out to move on. I need closure. Well, when you go back in the past and you think about the past, you will never have closure. You will only have more opening. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what you'll have. More of it and more of it. your life is flowing. And when you go back and you think about the past, you're throwing out an anchor and you're locking in, and you're going to get beat up by the river of your life because it's flowing, it's expanding. I think Shakespeare said, you are the director, writer, and actor of your own play. And that is exactly what's going on down here. Rewrite that script. Rewrite it. In fact, that's your job. That's why you're here. And I never bring up Bible quotes, ever. But I'm going to bring this one up. It's in Romans 12:2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. How about the Dalai Lama? When you think everything is someone else's fault, you will suffer greatly. When you realize that everything springs only from yourself, you will learn both peace and joy. You know, when I talk about the law of attraction, I'm not talking about money. Because my concern is not about the money aspect. My concern is about the joy aspect. I want everybody to, on their worst day, to have 5 moments during that day of pure bliss. That's what matters. That is what matters in this world. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you took part in the last group session, the last group healing on April 13th, I would love to hear how that went. And I got another group session May 12th, so if you've never had a session with me, please check out my website, www.EverydayMasters.life, and maybe I will see you in the field on May 12th. Okay, peace and love to everybody. Adios.
If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the...
When we transition to the other side, it'll be so blatantly obvious how we've trapped ourselves in this story, in this cycle of our past. And all we had to do was move on, let go, and recreate a new life. And you'll think that, oh yeah, but that's not real. Like that's not real, because what really happened is more real. No, it's not. It's not.
Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, 'cause you know this party won't stop.